finest. Okay, Asylum. Short play based on the novel Dracula in Love. The play takes place on the 19th day of October in the year 1890 at Lindenwood Asylum for the Insane in Purfleet, Greater London. Mina Harker, 22, looks through the bars of a portal in a door with Dr. Seward, a young psychiatrist, inside. Inside the room, an elderly woman, Vivian, who you cannot see, but just imagine Vivian, an elderly woman, they're looking at Vivian. Vivian is flirting and talking, albeit silently, with the Count, a formidable man of indeterminate age. The Count smiles patiently as Vivian gestures dramatically. Watching the old woman, Mina shudders. Note, neither Mina nor the doctor can see the Count. Mina.
Poor old thing, sitting all alone, talking to herself.
Yes, Vivian has been here for many years. She's communicating with her imaginary lover.
I saw her yesterday in the library, playing cards with that other old dear, Mrs. Grayson. She seemed perfectly normal then.
Obviously, you didn't speak with her. Vivian believes Mrs. Grayson to be the queen.
Do you see many patients like that, who may seem normal, but are actually mentally ill?
It's quite common. Aberrations of the mind are elusive, Mina. Diagnosis is very difficult.
Mina stares through the bars again. Vivian is throwing her head back, laughing as if she has just been told a naughty joke. She acts like a young girl talking to a gentleman at a ball. The Count says nothing. He merely smiles at her.
She seems utterly enraptured.
She's prone to rapture, and that is the problem.
How so?
You are a lady, Mina. We teach young girls etiquette and decorum.
What does that have to do with it?
These things are rather indelicate. This is hardly a conversation I should have with you.
I asked you to be frank with me, John. As long as my husband is here for observation, I want to make myself useful to you by volunteering my time. I am not a child.
Well-meaning ladies always think they can cope with the patients.
Surely I am more than a well-meaning lady.
If you are certain you won't take offense. Well, very well then. Vivian is what is known as an erotopath. Are you familiar with the term? An erotopath is a woman who becomes obsessed with one man.
Obsessed with a man? Or with an imaginary?
It begins with an abnormal desire for a real man. The man may initially be attracted to the woman, or he may not. One way or another, the obsessed woman becomes an annoyance, and he rejects her. Naturally, that is where the trouble begins.
Because she is heartbroken?
Ah, if that were the only consequence. No, rejection drives the erotopath to nymphomania. Which is abnormally excessive sexual desire in a woman.
Oh. I'm not sure I understand. Vivian was admitted here because she was obsessed with a man?
Her family committed her decades ago. She had some sordid affair and was rejected. Then she began randomly seducing men, causing the family no end of shame. Typical behavior of one with her particular pathology. To exonerate herself, she insisted that she'd been seduced by a supernatural being, or some such nonsense.
The Count has listened with interest. Mina looks disturbed.
Well then, of course, she is crazy.
John puts his hand on her shoulder.
Mina, you seem upset.
Maybe there was some truth to it, some shred of authenticity.
Seward looks at her patronizingly.
Why would anyone concoct such a story?
I've upset you with this sort of talk. I should have known better.
Mina walks away from Seward. The Count follows her, putting his arm out as if to embrace her, but does does not touch her.
You have not upset me.
Something has upset you.
I am merely under the strain of caring for my husband, and I'm still aggrieved over Lucy's death.
Of course.
Mina looks back at Vivian. Long silence.
I'm a doctor, Mina. A mind doctor. Surely you know that you can tell me anything.
Mina waits, evaluates, and speaks.
When I was a child, I used to talk to invisible people,
The Count snaps to attention.
and I used to imagine they spoke back to me.
That was not your imagination.
Mina does not hear him.
Many children have imaginary friends. That is nothing to worry about.
It was more than that, John. I was a strange child then, John. My behavior upset my parents.
The doctor listens patiently, waiting for her to continue.
I still have strange dreams. Dreams that I am an animal of sorts. Dreams that fill me with yearning, that make me get out of bed and wander in my sleep.
You are not dreaming, Mina. I have called out to you, and you are looking for me.
Mina looks around as if she has heard a voice, but she sees nothing.
What is it?
I still hear voices sometimes. Or at least I think I do.
I see.
Sometimes these images from my dreams creep into my waking hours.
What kind of images?
My dreams are not the sort that women should have, John.
Now he is most curious.
Really? Let me be the judge of that. You must tell me more.
Mina looks away embarrassed. She cannot meet his eyes.
You are safe with me. I can help you.
Mina gathers her courage and faces him.
In my dreams, a man comes to me.
A man. I see. Does he hurt you?
I would never hurt you, Mina. I will always protect you. If you would only allow it, you know this, and yet you will not submit.
No, he does not hurt me.
What does he do to you, Mina? Does he touch you?
I love my husband, but I cannot resist this man in my dreams.
Sometimes our dreams reflect our fears. Sometimes they reflect our desires.
He moves closer to Mina.
Perhaps you wish the man who truly loves you would tempt you away from your husband.
The Count moves between Seward and Mina. Seward backs away, though he does not know why.
No, I do not wish for that. And yet, sometimes I imagine the man from my dreams is following me. It worries me.
The Count watches Mina intensely as she speaks, moving closer and closer to her until he is next to her. His lips move toward her neck and then away.
And you must put your mind at ease.
Mina looks back into the room at Vivian, who is now sitting glumly.
Is this a glimpse of my future?
You have a choice, Mina. You always have had choices, but you refuse to make the right ones.
Mina looks startled as if she has heard something. Her hands begin to shake.
Mina, dear, sweet Mina, the idea that you have anything in common with Vivian is laughable. Vivian suffers from a serious form of uterine hysteria.
How horrible that sounds!
I'm speaking to you candidly because I sense that despite your feminine charms, you have a rational mind and can process this information.
Mina looks away, wringing her hands. The doctor notices them.
So many ladies come to us with nervous, fluttering hands, a sure sign of emotional distress.
I'm not the patient here. I'm here so that you and Dr. Von Helsingborg can help my husband. We must concentrate on making my husband well.
Do not forget Lucy. Do not forget Lucy.
Lucy,
What about Lucy?
I thought I heard. Never mind. It was nothing.
Let's get you away from Vivian. She's upset you. Would you like to see how we calm our patients?
Of course, John. I told you. I'd like to know as much about the asylum as possible.
Seward leads Mina to a door, opening it with a key. They enter a small, dark room with light streaming through an arched window. Leather cuffs and straps of many sizes on hooks hang